Believe it or not, there is a very easy way to tell if you're on the right path. A lot of times we can question, are we doing the right thing? Maybe we're searching for a sign, something to tell us how to make a decision about our future. And although it might be difficult to navigate, especially with like big life choices, when we find ourselves at that kind of crossroads and we feel like it's tough, we don't know which way to go, there's actually a very easy way to make this decision. Yo, this is your friendly neighborhood knucklehead, and in this video, I'm gonna break down how you can find your sign to know that you are moving forward in the right direction.
First of all,
we don't need to look for external things. We don't need to look up to the heavens, ask for God to give us a sign, or ask advice from other people, or try to look for angel numbers or something like that. We actually just have to look within. We have to be able to listen to ourselves.
How do we do that?
The easiest way to tell if you are doing something that you're meant to do is if you feel excited about it. If you have that internal feeling of excitement when you're doing the thing, or when you're thinking about doing the thing, or when you're imagining yourself in that place, that is the ultimate sign that it's something you're probably supposed to go with. Our internal excitement is like our North Star. It really is the thing that tells us where we're supposed to be. And this is something I've heard from people that aren't spiritual at all the way to people like Bashar, like the most esoteric people that we could listen to. Everyone talks about finding your passion. Everyone talks about finding the things that light us up. I was talking with my friend the other day, and they asked me, what does it feel like to make a song? What does it feel like to make music? Because they aren't really in that creative headspace most of the time, and they kind of find it odd how I'm always talking about it, always doing stuff. Why do you do that? What does it feel like when you write a new song? And the first analogy that popped into my head was that writing a new song feels like meeting a stranger for the first time and then realizing that you guys have so much in common. You click right away, you have chemistry, you can finish each other's sentences. There's like this crazy feeling where you're just bonding right away with this other person. And at first, I kind of didn't know if that was the right analogy for what making music actually feels like. But after a couple days of thinking about it, I realized that yeah, that was probably a very accurate thing, because you feel that excitement with that other person. You feel like, oh my gosh, somebody out there actually understands me, understands where I'm coming from. But with writing songs, there's not that other person there. It's just us. However, when I was really thinking about it, I think there is someone else there. And it's in that feeling where we are actually meeting our higher self. We actually are meeting the best friend that we never had, because we're meeting ourself. We're meeting our excited state. We're meeting our higher self. We're meeting our purpose, our passion. And the North Star sign for that passion and that purpose is that feeling of excitement. When you have that passion and that purpose actively in your life as a part of your identity, for a lot of us, it's going to be our creations, but it could be other things like our relationship with our partner. When you have that thing in your life, you have this new perspective where you know you just have to do whatever you got to do to be able to have that other passion. Whether it's a shitty job, whether it's this or it's that, a bad living situation, when you have the purpose and the passion in your life and the excitement, you do what you got to do to be able to sustain it. And that excitement should be getting you through your job, your living situation. It should be getting there. I'm not saying it's easy, especially if you have a bad working situation or a toxic living situation. It might not be easy, but you know that that passion and that excitement is getting you through.
Your purpose in life isn't related to your job. Maybe your job is your job, and the job is the thing that supports you. And then the rest of your waking hours are devoted to your purpose, whatever that is.
And that's when we start to form goals and aspirations all around how do we keep that passion and that purpose in our life, and how do we expand it more and more in our lives. Whether it's saying like we need to save up some money, save up 10 grand so that I can buy a car and then hit the road, or it's saving up to move out, or it's saving up to start renting a studio to create in. All of those ideas and those goals and those aspirations are coming from having that purpose in our life and having the situation we're in and basically making it work. But as long as we still feel the excitement, we still know that we are on the path of doing the thing that we're supposed to do. Look, I took all different kinds of jobs. I was a server, I worked in summer camps, I worked in retail. Every job opportunity that I had, I loved working in it because I always had a purpose for having that job in my life. And not only did I love being there, but I always wanted to get better at it. I always had the idea that when I get better at my job, I'll get better at my passion. I saw these things as going hand in hand because everything in my life was an investment in myself. And even recently, I was just walking home, like last Thursday, I was walking home from my second ever job that I took as a substitute teacher. Now, I never really saw myself as a teacher or as an educator. I wasn't even really all that good in school. But through walking around my neighborhood and seeing all the different schools that I was living around, I got the idea of maybe I should substitute teach. I had somebody years ago put that idea into my head, and so I just went for it. When I walked home from the second day that I worked as a substitute teacher, I felt so inspired, so excited because I wanted to get better at that job. I knew that there was something inside of me that was telling me that this was working, this was good for my situation. Being around those kids was super inspiring, and they were even asking me like, are you gonna come back tomorrow? Like, when are we gonna see you again? And the other teachers and other people in the school, they were like, we got more long-term opportunities, definitely come back. Because I came to that job with such a positive attitude, with wanting this thing to work, I got back all of this positive attitude, and that just created this internal feeling of excitement. What that feeling taught me as a sign was that I was doing the right thing for my situation. I was doing something that was putting me on the path to my higher self, to my purpose. Like I said, everything we're doing is an investment in ourselves, and everything we do is generating momentum. Our whole lives are domino effects. We're always snowballing into bigger and bigger things as long as we have that mindset and that intention to keep growing. So that is our sign to follow our excitement. And sometimes we need to step outside of our comfort zone. We need to try new things to be able to find things that will excite us. I know for 2024, I'm turning into a yes man. When people are asking me to go to things, or when I have an opportunity to go somewhere, I'm going to say yes to it. I'm going to try to make it work. So I hope this video was eye-opening. I hope this was your sign to realize whether or not you're on the right path. And sometimes when we expand our identity, when we go outside of our comfort zone, we can be met with this thing called resistance, where it feels uncomfortable at first for us to not really be in the places that we're normally in. We'll feel uncomfortable at parties if we're not used to going there or whatever. And for that, I made this video up here, which is all about understanding resistance and getting unstuck. Also made a very powerful morning meditation MP3 that you can download to generate momentum right at the start of your day, and I'll put a link to that in the comments. So definitely check out that link in the comments. I hope you're subscribed. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and stay creative.